Okay, today I'm sitting at the auction. It's Friday. The HOA liens for closing only on Friday here in Broward County. And I've seen a lot of people making a lot of mistakes buying properties with outstanding mortgages, properties with bank already foreclosing on them. And I want to take this as a case study and I want to show you what kind of mistakes people are doing at the auction, especially people who really don't understand about title search and don't understand about value and don't understand anything to do about equity. So right now we're looking at people buying really stupid things over here at the auction. This one is going on, for example, and if you look at my Excel spreadsheet here, I have this property in my list, and this property, let me go to the auction. I have this property in my list, 6301, and if you're gonna see this property here on my list, 6301, I have a note that there is an outstanding mortgage here that was just assigned. So the way for me to check it, I can go to the property appraisal and I can search from 2006, the last time the deed was recorded. And I'm gonna search from 2006 for these two people for the chain of title. And that's gonna tell me what kind of liens they have against the property. And then I can show you the mistakes people are doing. So as you can see, there is a Wells Fargo bank here that just assigned their mortgage January of 2019, which was like 5 days ago. And once they assign the mortgage, they usually prepare to foreclose on that property, and they're gonna foreclose with $101,000 outstanding mortgage that wasn't satisfied, I guess. So the person didn't pay anything for that. And somebody's buying it, trying to buy it for $13,000 now. I want to take it as a case study and I want to do the calculations and explain you what a huge mistake it is. And to see it more in a more clarified way, I can even go to the court and I can check the case number of that foreclosure that it's starting, and then I can see how much is owed to the bank. But we know already that there is $101,000 that was outstanding and hasn't been paid. In addition to that, there is $13,000 that they're paying in today for the HOA. And let's see what this property is worth. If this property is worth like $80,000, it just doesn't make sense to buy it, right? If you have $15,000 in HOA that you're paying today, basically, plus $100,000 mortgage that was not satisfied, and a foreclosure is coming very soon, plus renovations and all that stuff. If this property is worth $80,000 and you're paying $15,000 for HOA plus $100,000 for the bank plus renovation, etc., you're gonna get to a number that doesn't make sense for you to buy this property. So if you're gonna spend $135,000 satisfying title here and clearing title here and bringing a property to a marketable condition, why would you even buy this property? Why would you even spend $13,000? It means nothing. You're gonna get nothing out of it. Basically, you have no equity in the property. The property is very, very cheap. It's probably gonna need renovations before you can even rent it to anybody. And you're already paying $13,000. You're paying premium prices. For you to break even on something like that, you're gonna have to rent the property for a few years, and that's unlikely because the banks already assigned a mortgage and they're gonna come after and foreclose very, very quickly. So whoever bought this property made a huge mistake today, and other people made huge mistakes as well. And I want to walk you through another huge mistakes that somebody did, and that's right now is somebody. Let's take this case study here actually, and somebody is bidding on this property. Okay, let's take it as a case study as well, and let's see what's going on. So this property right now, right here, was belonging to Joseph, and he got it in 2003. It was the warranty deed was recorded, and you can see here. So I want to search from 2003 in the public recording for the chain of title and see what type of encumbrance, what type of liens they have against the property. And that's going to help me understand how to calculate my equity and see if it's even worth pursuing. So once I search here, you can see I find the deed for the property that he bought. And then I can go up to the by date and see what was the last filing. And as you can see here in 2019, there was a filing from Deutsche Bank, which is very interesting. So I'm going to open this document here and I'll see if it's related to that property, and it is. You can see it's referencing the owner, and it's showing the unit number 408 in the legal description, and that's the same property that they're going on right now. This is live at the auction. I'm talking to you live. I'm doing the title search live, and I'm kind of just trying to explain you what is a good purchase and what is a bad purchase. And right now we're looking at somebody who's making a huge mistake buying something that it's basically worth nothing. It's basically buying thin air. And I want to show it to you. I want to show you why is he buying a thin air, and take this as a case study and show you the foreclosure itself. So the Deutsche Bank, basically, they already filed a list pendants here against him. There is a case number. And if I click at the doc link, right, that is associated with the list pendants, and the list pendants I already spoke about that it's the first document that it's being filed when the foreclosures started. As you can see here, there is all the information of the property itself. If I click on the doc link, I'm going to get the mortgage amount that the person took initially, which was $80,000 in 2005. And that's the mortgage they are foreclosing upon. Okay, and if I want to see even more information, I can go to the clerk of court dockets. See if this is the case number that I just copied. And I can go to the clerk of court docket, and I can see there is a Deutsche Bank, same file we found at the recording department. We can actually see all the story here at the complaint. So the complaint was just filed in December. Okay, nobody should really buy this property because the lease pendants was already filed, and you never buy an HOA lien when there is a lease pendants unless there is equity. And in this case, there is no equity because the mortgage, there is more money owed in terms of debt than what's the property is worth. And we're going to look at that as well in a second. So right now I'm looking at the foreclosure complaint, and it tells you clearly the plaintiff declares full amount payable under the note and mortgage to be due. Defendant owe plaintiff $66,000 that is due in principal, and tells you since December 2018, they stop paying their mortgage basically. So that's about a year ago. They stop paying the mortgage, and that will be accumulated in addition to the $66,000, and that they can get to sometimes to even to $120,000. So if you're gonna owe $120,000 to the lender, this property is to be worth at least $200,000 so you can have equity. But this property is only worth $68,000. So right now you can really understand how much it doesn't make sense to even bid on that property, right? If you have a $68,000 that wasn't paid since December 2018, and plus taxes, plus false insurance, plus attorney fees, plus foreclosure fees, plus all that stuff, they're gonna start their foreclosure with a $120,000 judgment. And this property is only worth $60,000. So if I were to do a very, very modest calculation right now, it'd be like you owe $120,000 to the lender at some point, plus you're paying for the $50,000 today. I don't know what's your renovations and repairs and all that stuff gonna be. I don't know. I really don't know, but I can tell you for sure that whatever you're gonna buy it for, it's not gonna justify this property because it's only worth about $60-something thousand, or maybe $75,000. Okay, and if you owe $140,000, it costs you $140,000 to buy a total cost after everything, so it really doesn't make sense, right? So the strategy here doesn't make sense at all. Whoever is buying this property is making a huge mistake, and these people who bought this property also made a huge mistake today. And I made a notes on my calendar here about all the problems. There is an outstanding $270,000 mortgage here. There is a $85,000 mortgage outstanding here. These properties that they bought are pretty much worthless. Okay, $68,000, and this worth $114, but there is a $270,000, $270 mortgage on it, and it's worth $114. So it doesn't make sense. This one is about $80,000, but it's gotten also $130,000 liens against that property. So no matter how you look at this, there is no equity, and there is no reason to buy these properties. They're very cheap. The HOA is the only beneficiary from those sales. Right now, their community are going to be in very much in better standing, getting all this money and basically selling nothing, a thin air.